Hi, this is Free Geography Lessons. Today we're looking at energy resources, renewable versus non-renewable. In this lesson, we'll cover the differences between renewable and non-renewable energy, examples of each type of resource, the advantages and disadvantages of both, and why countries use a mix of energy sources. Energy resources are sources of power that humans use for electricity, heating, transport, and industry. They can be grouped into two main types, non-renewable and renewable. As shown here, a diagram can divide energy sources into two branches, renewable on one side and non-renewable on the other. Non-renewable resources are finite. Once used, they cannot be replaced on a human timescale. The main types are fossil fuels. Coal, oil, and natural gas were formed from ancient plants and animals millions of years ago. They are burned to release energy. They are used for electricity, heating, and transport. Nuclear power uses uranium to generate heat through nuclear fission, produces large amounts of energy from small amounts of fuel. The advantages of non-renewable energy are that it's reliable, it can generate power anytime, not weather dependent. It's energy dense, produces lots of energy per unit of fuel, and infrastructure is already in place, so it's easy to transport and store. The disadvantages of non-renewable energy is that it contributes to climate change. Burning fossil fuels releases CO2 and other greenhouse gases. It's a finite supply, so resources will eventually run out. And environmental damage. Mining and drilling destroy habitats and cause pollution. This is really important to learn. Exam questions often ask for one advantage and one disadvantage for both types of energy. Renewable energy comes from natural processes that are continuously replenished. The main types include wind energy, solar energy, hydroelectric energy or HEPE, and tidal wave energy and biomass. Wind energy are wind turbines use moving air to generate electricity. They are clean and renewable. However, they can be unreliable when there is no wind. Solar energy is where solar panels convert sunlight into electricity. It works well in sunny regions, but less effective in cloudy climates. Hydroelectric power, or HEP, uses moving water to turn turbines in dams. Reliable and produces large amounts of energy, however can flood valleys and displace communities. Tidal and wave energy generate from the movement of ocean tides or waves. They are predictable, but expensive to set up. Biomass is energy from burning organic materials like wood, crops, or waste. They are renewable if managed sustainably, but can still release CO2. The advantages of renewable energy is that it's clean, so little or no greenhouse gas emissions, sustainable, so it won't run out if managed properly, and can create jobs, especially in renewable technology sectors. The disadvantage of renewable energy is that it's weather dependent. Solar and wind energy may vary daily and seasonally. There's a high setup cost. Installing turbines or panels can be expensive. And visual impact. Some people dislike how wind farms or dams look. Most countries rely on a mix of renewable and non-renewable sources, known as their energy mix. As shown here, an energy mix pie chart can show how different countries depend on different sources. HICs, like the UK, are transitioning to renewables to meet carbon targets. LICs may still depend heavily on fossil fuels due to cost and availability. For example, the UK's energy mix is about 40% gas, 30% renewables, 15% nuclear, and a small share of coal. This balance is changing as the UK aims for net zero by 2050. To meet global energy needs sustainably, countries must reduce fossil fuel use, invest in renewable infrastructure, improve energy efficiency, and support global cooperation on clean energy projects. As shown Here, the timeline can illustrate how countries are shifting from fossil fuels to renewables over time. So to recap, non-renewables like coal, oil, gas, nuclear are finite, reliable, but polluting. Renewable include wind, solar, hydro, tidal, biomass. They're clean and sustainable, but sometimes unreliable. The energy mix shows how countries balance both. The future of energy lies in increasing renewables and reducing fossil fuels for sustainability. Now that you've learned about renewable and non-renewable energy resources, you can explain how different sources meet global energy demand and how switching it to renewables can help reduce climate change. Try drawing a table comparing the pros and cons of each energy type to help memorize them.